Hey guys, welcome back to the garden, or welcome to the garden. We are at the end of March, and I'm considering taking down this sweet almond, and that made me think about the discussion of having native or non-native plants in a food forest. With permaculture, we are trying to stretch the space of possibility, and we do that with a lot of designs. We do that with collaborations. We do that with companion planting, so that we can have as many different species in a system as possible. And I value that immensely. I think it's a lot of fun and it's super powerful, and I can see that we have a lot of plants, a lot of trees growing in the food forest that would probably not normally thrive, but are thriving because the design is working. So apricots and peaches and figs and other exotic fruit are really thriving in the food forest. And in a way you could say that an almond tree is also an exotic fruit or not in a Nordic setting. And I'm really pleased that actually it's thriving, it's okay, it's flowering. And the flowering is important because it's very early compared to a lot of our other fruit trees. That's difficult sometimes because pollination can be a problem, because there are very few pollinators out sometimes when it flowers. But it also is early bee or pollinator food, so for that I really love it. But I think it's taking up space, and to be honest, we have maybe 30, 40, 50 almonds every year, and they are a pain to crack open and collect. So if I look at the number of calories spent harvesting and taking care of this tree, it's not really working very well. So I would like something more productive. And when I'm saying productive, I'm also thinking about the number of connections, the number of collaborations that each element has in the garden. So the more collaborations, the more connection, the stronger the weave of the garden, the stronger it's like the web of life. The more connecting points you have, the stronger everything is. And this being a non-native species probably does not have a lot of connections when I'm comparing it to other trees that are native, or at least more normal in this Nordic setting. And there's another hint here, because what I have here is actually a self-seeded oak tree. And oak is one of the trees that has the highest number of collaborations. So some people say around 800 other species are connected to the oak. So for a tree like this, I would guess maybe 10. I don't know, but it's just to compare the number of collaborations when you choose to have a plant or a tree or not to plant it, and take something that is more native. Another example I think is Hvidtjørn. That's Crataegus Monogyna. It's I don't know what it is in English, but I'll put the Latin name down below, so if you want to know, you can always look it up. That is very important, and it has at least around 200 collaborations. So compared to this with 10, it's not so interesting. I'm not saying that you should not plant and you should not stretch the space of possibility, but I'm thinking that maybe the oak tree is a better option in this space than this. I love it, it's beautiful, but the oak tree will do much more for the garden as a whole than this tree. And that's, I think when you are designing a garden, it's super important to always include lots of native plants. I saw another number the other day, Buddleia. I think lots of us, we love Buddleia. It's the sommerfuglebusk, and it's filled with butterflies. It's super beautiful. But when you look at, of course it's wonderful for the butterflies, but when you look at the number of collaborations, it's a lot less than the Crataegus Monogyna, the Hvidtjørn. So it only has around 30 collaborations, known collaborations, the Buddleia. And so I'm not saying don't plant Buddleia, but be really careful to always include a lot of the natives, because it will make your weave, your web of life much, much stronger. So I think some time ago I read an article about this native, non-native discussion, and I'm going to include the link to that in the description below, because I think it was super nuanced and not like a polarized discussion, but really trying to understand that maybe it's good to do both, include the natives and also include the non-natives. We have great joy because we have included non-natives such as apricots and other things. But I also see that a lot of the insects are really visiting a lot of the native plants that we have included in the garden. So that's just that was just a thought that a train of thought that happened because I'm thinking about taking down this lovely almond tree. Sorry, darling, I'm still thinking about it. Anyway, thanks for watching, and see you later.